Welcome to our fourth quarter carrier update series, where in every episode, I sit down with a different insurance company representative and ask them what you can expect during the upcoming renewal season. In this series, you'll get product updates directly from the carriers, like what do the new plan designs look like, or is there a network option that you need to be aware of, or what plan designs offer the most savings potential for your prospects and your clients, or what tools and resources does the insurance company make available to you in all those efforts. At the end of the day, we want you to win more business and retain your clients during a busy renewal season. So tune in, buckle up, and enjoy the show. Well, hi, and thanks for joining us. We are here. That's a terrible start right there. George, that's terrible. Start over. Ready? Hi, thanks for joining us. My name is Jason Powers with Legacy Brokers, and we are here with another installment of our fourth quarter product and carrier updates. I am super excited today to have with us George Michelik from Trustmark Small Business Benefits, which I've known for years as Starmark, but that's all changing in the way that they've branded the carrier and the products. George is the Senior Account Executive of Small Business Benefits and has been a longtime friend of mine. So welcome, George.
Thank you, Jason. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to hear what's going on with Trustmark in the fourth quarter and how it pertains to really going after the busy season. We've got a lot of renewals coming up. Agents are anxious to hear, what's different, what's new, and what's different from Trustmark, and we're excited to have you here. I've got a little slide share here. We'll put on the screen if you could help walk us through it.
Sure. So first of all, thank you very much. And second, our target market, Jason, is the small business. So I would say our minimum, I have to say, our minimum size is 5 employee lives, and then we go all the way up to about 150, 160. But our sweet spot is probably somewhere in the 20s or 30s, and we've been known for that since Trustmark began back in 1987.
Yeah.
One of the things that we have though is we customize all of our benefits. So we have a menu-driven proposal system that you can do from zero deductibles all the way up to 8150.
Wow.
So there is no canned plans that you have to choose. And then you can choose different co-insurances, different out-of-pockets, drug cards. We offer PPOs, we offer CDHP plans. And in the last 2 years, we've been offering reference-based pricing plans. And those reference-based pricing plans have been very, very popular. Over 30% of our business in the last 2 years have been in the RBP arena.
Wow.
Yeah, a game changer for us.
For sure.
And under RBP, same options. So there's no canned plans. You can do zero deductibles, the 8150 deductibles. So the same deductibles, co-insurances, out-of-pockets that you have with our PPO or our CDHPs are also with our reference-based pricing plans. So we made it pretty simple when you're doing your quoting. One thing I want to announce go ahead.
I was just saying it's essentially just a network option, right? We go from PPO over to reference-based pricing.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. So under our PPO and our CDHP plans, we have 2 national networks. We use Cigna and we use Aetna. And both of those are the large networks. They're not the skinny networks. So you'll have great coverage wherever you're at in the country. But then with reference-based pricing, if you want that freedom of choice, go anywhere you want, that could be the plan for you.
Yeah, that's great.
One thing I want to announce that we are just going to add a different reference-based pricing negotiator vendor. We're going to be using AMPS as of business for November 1st. And we feel very confident that AMPS will not only be better a negotiator for us, but also provide better rates than what we're getting currently. So we're looking forward to that. And we're already seeing November and December rates coming in much more competitive than they were in the past.
That's great, George. And so the prior administrator, so any cases that might have that prior RBP administrator, will those just then roll over at renewal, or will they
Yes.
all move? Okay.
Yes, they roll over at renewal. So new business as of November 1st, renewals upon renewal.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know reference-based pricing is a sort of a stake in the ground that Trustmark has taken, or Trustmark Small Business Benefits has taken
Yep.
here in the last couple of years. Now that you've seen some groups move in that direction and you've had some success in that area, what's the data telling you with regard to frequency of balance bill issues, and then what has been Trustmark's position to kind of overcome some of those balance bill items we've seen out in the market?
Well, good question. Our actuaries, when we started this product back in 2018, I believe it was, they had projections, and we're very close to those projections as far as frequency and dollar amounts of balance bills. It has creeped up a little bit. So I think by adding the new vendor as of November 1st, I think we'll see that come down again more in line with what they were projecting. And then as far as, business-wise, there are certain pockets in the country that are still not accepting or are kind of balking at the reference-based pricing. But I think that's mainly due to some bad experience they had in the past. Sure. And then with AMPS having over 1 million subscribers and many contracts with the vendor, with the providers, I think that's going to help us a lot, especially those get in those inroads of those areas that we have seen some issues by doing some outreach, explaining the product, and then I think we'll see a better result. Matter of fact, we're working on Cleveland Clinic right now. They were one that wasn't accepting RBP as much as we would like. So we're going to be working on them right now because we have a lot of business in Ohio. So
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So what? So for those that may not be familiar with Trustmark, if that maybe this is the first time they're considering writing a case with you in the fourth quarter, what can they expect?
Well, we always hear from the brokers that are with us now that if there was one carrier that they would work with, pricing being out of the equation, it would be Trustmark. By hands down majority, they said they would work with Trustmark. But the other thing that they said was that, we want to write larger groups with Trustmark. We want to write the 51 plus groups, but they don't want to do the paper applications. They don't want to do those long form applications.
Sure.
We listened to them, and December of 2019, we put in a simplified underwriting process, also known as GRX. So now for 51 to 99 enrolled employee lives, we can do simplified underwriting. And believe me, I thought reference-based pricing was a game changer. This has been unbelievable. We have so many new brokers that are coming on that wanted to write with Trustmark, and now they're like, now we will write with you because you have this simplified underwriting.
That's great.
So also, the other thing they always say is the support that we have. Our service and our support is second to none. They love working with their dedicated account manager, I think we have 6 of them, and the average tenure, I think, is almost 20 years. So, they get to know them. They get to, talk to them and help them out as much as possible. So once the group is sold, then it's turned over to a account manager, and the account manager then takes on the group, the rest of the contract life.
Yeah. Well, I know compensation is pretty important too to the agents that we work with, and what we enjoy about our relationship with Trustmark is we have an MGA, a managing general agency contract with Trustmark. So our override doesn't have any impact on rates, and it doesn't have any impact on the producer's commission. So I know that the agents that have had success with Trustmark enjoy knowing that they're able to get paid directly by Trustmark, or by Trustmark, I should say, at the rate that they've quoted. So, and I know that's pretty variable too, right?
It is. It is. We have not only have a percentage of we can do with commissions, which is the default, but we've added a PEPM now. So if they want some more of a predictable amount, they got a 20 life group and they want, $400, they can put in a 20 PEPM. Yeah. And they know that every month, if the enrollment stays the same, they'll get that $400. So we're seeing more and more trend towards the PEPM and away from the percentage, because that's variable based on the stop loss premium. For sure.
And then within the product itself, I know, this Trustmark's small group or small business benefits packages are all level funded plans. These are they partially self-funded. They have all the protections in place on the excess loss side. You've got a bullet point here about claim surplus options. Talk us through kind of the variance of what agents can quote and what their clients can expect.
Yes, we have 5 different claim surplus options, and they're all price points based on what option you choose. So we can start with a half surplus option, which means half of the surplus is credited towards the next year's administration fees. We can do a 2/3, same thing, 2/3. 1/3 comes back to Trustmark, 2/3 to the employer. But we can also do a 2/3 cashback, and then we can do a 100% cashback. And then we have a 15-month run-out period, but we do a surplus determination on the 4th month, so they don't have to wait 15 months to get that surplus back or credited. And then we also have a traditional claim surplus, which is either a 9-month or a 12-month run-out, and they would get 100% cashback after the full 9 months or the 12 months. What I like about it, Jason, is, you have a client coming from a fully insured plan, so they're not getting any money back now. We take them to the half surplus, which is the cheapest. And then at renewal time, if they feel more confident and think they're going to have a better year, we can move them to another surplus option.
Yeah.
And the price points are anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5% savings on the full premium, not just, it's on the stop loss, it's on the claim fund, and it's also on the administration fees.
Yeah, it really does. It really does kind of lay out a path, a strategic path for certain clients to maybe just dip their toes in the water and get their feet wet a little bit with self-funding, get access to information, and then move down the path of really owning the assets of the plan by the time they get to that traditional option, which is probably a little higher price point, but that's because the employer's taking more of the risk, and there's really less, more risk, meaning more money needing to go in the claims bucket, and less money going in the premium side to Trustmark. So, which actually brings up another good point, that is the actual deductible options we have in the stop loss side with Trustmark vary greatly as well. It's not a canned $15,000 spec or a canned $30,000 spec, which we see in a lot of these small group level funded products with Trustmark or Trustmark small business benefits. It's going to take me some time with Trustmark small business benefits. We can run the gamut, right? We can do a stop loss that matches the specific matches the aggregate, which can compete really well with some of the other small group products we see out there. Or we can give that aggregate some relief and give it some room so that it's, with a little smaller specific deductible option, which could create a little bit more surplus opportunity for the employer.
Exactly. Yeah. So we start. Okay.
So, no, please finish your time.
Yeah. So our minimum spec is 10,000, and we go up in 5,000 increments up to 50,000, and then we jump from 50. And our highest is 75,000.
Yeah. So, I mean, there is I know when we're in that system, when we see the options, there is definitely a broad spectrum to go from. So,
Yep.
So what else can they expect from Trustmark once they get a case on the books?
So we, again, one of our surveys we've done, we've talked about websites, and they said they love the look of our website, the ease of our website, and just a quick, um, they log in and they go right into a online broker access type of toolkit where they can look at their comp, they can look at their renewals, they can get a list of what groups are coming up at what month so they can be prepared for that. Employers can do the same thing. They could add, delete employees, look at order ID cards, look at certificates online. So very, very user-friendly, our website. And we have toolkits out there. We have resources. We have white papers. We have health. We have all different types of resources.
That's great. And those all translate to if you've got an agent who's really taken that role as trusted advisor. This gives them access to information to then help report back to their clients on plan performance. They can look at network utilization. They can look at a lot of different key indicators within the plan to make informed decisions later on about what they're doing with their strategy. So we definitely enjoy that about our Trustmark groups. And then you've got we talked about simplified enrollment or underwriting for groups of 51 or more, but a lot of our agents are in that under 50 space. So talk through kind of how that differs on the underwriting side from some of the other stuff we see in the market.
Sure. Our bread and butter is our small business. So we have a lot of different options for enrollment. This is a medically underwritten product. So we do have to get medical information from every enrolling employee and dependents. But we have a lot of options. One is we have our traditional enrollment form. We have a online and telephone system. We call it Express Connect, where employees can call a toll-free number. They get a hold of a live person in our Boardman, Ohio office, and they do their enrollment, and they're answering their medical questions right over the phone, or they can do it online. We also subscribe to Easy Apps and FormFire. And then we also could use about 40 other approved carrier applications. So if you have an employer that has already filled out an application and it's approved, we will accept that. But we do require a signature on an amendment from each employee giving us authority to review that application, because that application, when they sign it, it's only giving authority to that carrier to look at that application. So it does take a little bit longer, but if they wanted to use those applications, we can.
A lot of flexibility there, and I think for most of our agents, they've grown accustomed to using our FormFire service, and that tends to work really well with your underwriting department. I know, Tyler in our office, very open communication with the underwriter reviewing the file. So it's been great. And you mentioned a couple times, the dedicated account management team. I know our here at Legacy, we've had great experience and great service records with the people there at Trustmark. So we're happy team members there. So
yep, they know the product, and they know how to do some alternates if that's necessary based on the renewals. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So then fourth quarter's upon us. Time's a ticking. Cases are coming up for renewal. It's going to be a busy season. And any tips or tricks for brokers entering that fourth quarter busyness?
Well, you're right. December is probably our second busiest month. January is our busiest month. All of our applications have a 90-day expiration. So if you're doing simplified underwriting, or if you're doing Express Connect, or those all have a 90-day window. And Jason, you can come to me and I can probably push that to 100 days if necessary. January are 120 days. We push January out an extra 30 days for January. But my feeling is get your quotes in quicker. Yeah, and our turnaround, even in the busiest times of the year, is less than 3 days. From the time we receive all the applications till the time you get a contingent offer from us, it's less than 3 days.
Yeah, and I can attest to that. I mean, our office sees a significant difference in the underwriting from Trustmark versus the underwriting of some of the other companies out there. And it's just, it's a matter of capacity and a matter of process, really. So, but I think our turnaround with Trustmark's been
issues right now.
Been great. So, all right, well, George, I appreciate you taking us through the updates for Trustmark. Any last words of wisdom for brokers before they head off into the unknown for fourth quarter 2020?
Just make sure your census is accurate. You look at your people that are in a waiting period, and if they're taking coverage, make sure you include them in your waiting period. Have Jason and his team quote their current plan as close as possible, and then do a couple alternates. Check it out. I would suggest RBP. The pricing is phenomenal, and again, it's freedom of choice.
Right.
And just let Jason's team do what they do best. Just run the quotes, send you the proposals, and let's try to get final rates.
Perfect. Great advice. All right, everyone out in cyberspace, we'll see you on our next installment. But for now, we're signing off. Thanks again, George.
All right.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode in our fourth quarter carrier update series. Be sure to check out all the episodes on our website at www.legacybrokerskc.com. And follow us on LinkedIn to join in the conversation. And let us help you with your fourth quarter cases. Whether you have a tough renewal that you need help with or you have a new prospect, we shop the entire market to get the most competitive rates available for you every single year. Let our expertise in self-funded group health plans be your competitive advantage. We provide an entire suite of back office support services for agents, from quoting to case install and renewal support. We have your back every step of the way, always here to help agents just like you when you need us. So, send us your RFP today. See for yourself.